So, first of all, thank you guys all for being here today. We are having a little bit of fun talking about Dall E is one of my passions, so I'm really thrilled to be here. Thank you, Vanda, for the invite. And because we have a lot of things to discuss, let's jump right in. My name is Marina. I am a designer at Hogarth, Brazil. I am a creative technologist playing with all these AI tools that we are seeing out there. And I'm here with Giovanna, that is my colleague. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Thank you, Marina. Hi, everyone. I'm Giovanna. I am a digital copywriter and I have a master's degree in philosophy. I have been studying artificial intelligence and technology and its social implications since 2016.
So today we are going to talk about what is Dall E, what are the social challenges in generative AI, how big players are already using it, how I am personally using it here at Hogarth to make my workflow more smoother. And we are going to have practice sections at the end doing some exercise and a hands-on so you can try Dall E out. But first, let's talk about what the fuck is that? What Dall E is, right? It is an AR art platform that can create images from text descriptions in like seconds. Is really seems like magic. It has studies 650 million images and captures, and right now it just makes his own conclusions. So all the images that he does, they are brand new. He's not copying any image that already have been seen on the internet. What I love about it, and it's a fun fact, is the name Dall E is actually named after the surrealist artist Salvador Dali and our beloved Disney friend Wally. So for me, it's really an AI friend that has a genius artistic mind behind that can help you create really different worlds. Here we are going to share with you a video explaining a little bit more about Dall E. Is from the company that built Dall E itself, OpenAI.
Have you ever seen a polar bear playing bass? Or a robot painted like a Picasso? Didn't think so. Dall E 2 is a new AI system from OpenAI that can take simple text descriptions like a koala dunking a basketball and turn them into photorealistic images that have never existed before. Dall E 2 can also realistically edit and retouch photos. Based on a simple natural language description, it can fill in or replace part of an image with AI-generated imagery that blends seamlessly with the original. It's called inpainting. In January 2021, OpenAI introduced Dall E, a system that could generate images from text, like this avocado armchair. Dall E 2 takes the technology even further with higher resolution, greater comprehension, and new capabilities, like inpainting. It can even start with an image as an input and create variations with different angles and styles. Dall E was created by training a neural network on images and their text descriptions. Through deep learning, it not only understands individual objects, like koala bears and motorcycles, but learns from relationships between objects. And when you ask Dall E for an image of a koala bear riding a motorcycle, it knows how to create that or anything else with a relationship to another object or action. The Dall E research has three main outcomes. First, it can help people express themselves visually in ways they may not have been able to before. Second, an AI-generated image can tell us a lot about whether the system understands us or is just repeating what it's been taught. Third, Dall E helps humans understand how AI systems see and understand our world. This is a critical part of developing AI that's useful and safe. The technology is constantly evolving, and Dall E 2 has limitations. If it's taught with images that are incorrectly labeled, like a plane labeled car, and a user tries to generate a car, Dall E may create a plane. It's like talking to a person who learned the wrong word for something. Dall E can also be limited by gaps in its training. If you type baboon and Dall E has learned what a baboon is through images and accurate labels, it will generate a lot of great baboons. But if you type howler monkey and it hasn't learned what a howler monkey is, Dall E will give you its best idea of what it thinks it could be, like a howling monkey. What's exciting about the approach used to train Dall E is that it can take what it learned from a variety of other labeled images and then apply it to a new image. Given a picture of a monkey, Dall E can infer what it would look like doing something it's never done before, like paying its taxes while wearing a funny hat. Dall E is an example of how imaginative humans and clever systems can work together to make new things, amplifying our creative potential.
So it's crazy, right? It just amazed me. And all the time that I use it, I am just amazed again. But how this really works? Uh, what we have here is that we create image that doesn't exist before because he learned how these images are based on the image and the captions. So what we can start to think about is really um, who are this image from, right? And we start to have a lot of discussions and different opinions about it. We want to talk with you a little bit about the things that we should think about and be aware when we are using AI, different tools like this one. And from the copyright perspective, uh, Dall E is learning from image that we have on the internet, right? Various image repositories. So it really makes me thinking. So who is the image from when I'm building something on Dall E? It is mine, me, the creator one that is using the tool. It is from the software itself that is creating the image, or is from the guys that did the previous image that Dall E is using to make the next ones. What OpenAI, the brand that created Dall E, says is that users get full usage rights to commercialize the image they create with Dall E, including the right to reprint, sell, and merchandise it. So, from a copyright perspective, we are seeing people debate and being using it, uh, and we have others different things to talk about here. I will invite Giovanna to jump in, and we are going to talk with you more about the other things that we should be aware of.
I'm going to talk to you about the main social challenges we face when we use or talk about generative AIs. Social implications of technology in general are widely discussed. They are rich research field in philosophy and sociology. And today we'll go over a few key points about Dall E and other generative AIs. So we have data privacy issues. They are a new concern in an ongoing debate. Since AIs are constantly learning from user data, the new generative AIs spark debates about user privacy and data rights. Companies developing these tools can gather and analyze all data prompted to these AIs, and such practices and these implications are not always clear to the user. Deep fakes, generative AIs are creating fake videos and fake photos that can be indistinguishable from real images. Deepfakes can affect anyone in the public eye, but they are especially used to harass and harm women. And that is an important discussion. Um, we also have hate speech. Dall E has policies to prevent that ill-intended users use the tool to create hateful or violent content. But not all generative AIs have that policy. So there are generative AIs today that are used to target and harass several groups of people. Next slide, please, Marina. Thank you. Right, so this is an important discussion. Bias algorithms exist because we live in a biased world. Algorithms tend to amplify biases because they absorb underlying social biases from their training data, and that is impossible to control. These biases can generate sexist, heteronormative, racist, and ableist content. Next slide, please. So now what? What should we do in the face of biased algorithms? Well, it is my understanding that we should still never give up technology, even though algorithms are biased and even as disadvantaged groups face specific vulnerabilities being online. Mastering technology is an important step towards social empowerment and agency, and technical tools in general can be an asset in promoting social change. We should push for more diversity in the tech industry. That's urgent. Having diverse teams in charge of creating new technologies is key to prevent and mitigate any potential harm to marginalized groups. And also, I think we need to remember we still hold collective power as users of a technology. So Dall E, for example, has policies and guidelines in place to prevent misuse and biased results. That happened because people are pushing for equality in a lot of different ways. Companies then understand this is a concern for users and adapt to these demands. We get to choose companies' hardware and software to match our worldview. So technology and society are closely knit together. So I think humans still get to decide what the future looks like, even though it doesn't seem that way sometimes.
So really having all this in mind, and for sure when we are using tools like this one, we have to be aware of the problems still. Let's see how the big players and other companies are already using Dall E to make campaigns. And here we have the first video case that I'm going to show you guys about a Heinz ad. Well, I just love this ad so much. So it really makes people understand that when we are imagine ketchup, we are imagine Heinz, right? And the next one, it is from Nestle, and it was made by Ogilvy Paris. So here, Nestle took the La Laitière image that it was an ad that they made 25 years ago, and they expand the artboard using one tool that we have in Dali. So it's really fun. We can do it with Mona Lisa and other Van Gogh or other artists' paintings. We can expand the universe and the world that they are in. So now talking a little bit about how I am using Dali here in my work at Hogarth. So I always started with experimentation. I was just a curious person navigating on the web, surfing and looking around these different AI tools. I am all about ChatGPT 4 right now these days. I am working on Framer, trying to understand how we can make websites and web design like magic. So all just different AI tools. And one tool that I was really passionate about it was Dall E. And one of the first things that I did is this video that you guys are seeing right here. So I erased my clothes on the video and started to imagine a AI generative digital looks for myself. And I use three different AI tools right here. Dall E to generate the clothes, AB synth to make the interpolation of the frames smoother, so it's not really static photos. It's a video. And then I applied Runway, that is another AI video too, just to make it really more polished and professional, because this is an iPhone recorded video, right? But it was all about having fun and working around, being curious, and trying out new things. And that's evolved for me starting to apply it on my workflow here at Hogarth. So here you can see a work in progress VR game that Hogarth Brazil did for craft. So at the right side, you can see the real VR game that we are working on. And on the other side, you can see my mood board. So the creative concept that I generated through AI to make us having guidelines for the visual ideas. It works like a mood board. So that's how right now I'm applying Dall E and other AI tools on my work day. And here you have my NFT gallery. So this one is super interested. Is a final DAO project, a DAO that I am part of, and what I think is the most important part here is that you can really see that the first result that the lead made on the top is actually pretty insanely we try to mimic on the 3D immersive experience. So it really matches well the before and after, if you might say. And in the right corner, you can see the blenders, and we trying to catch the lighting and everything right. So it's really fun. You can do all different kinds of things. And right now, we are going to go for our experience and exercise practical part so you guys can have your hands on and work with us and have a little bit of fun, okay? I'm going to stop sharing my screen and share with you guys the link for our Fig Jam board where we are going to have a little section. So I'm going to paste on our chat and you guys can join us there. So if you don't follow us on FigJam, you're going to be able to see what we are doing as well. Oh my God. Almost 50 people here, 60. Oh my God, this is going to be a fun, crazy ride. Come on. Almost 100. Okay, just for us to focus a little bit and maybe try to have some kind of organization in a file that we have more than 100 people in. We are going to do this step by step, okay? So first, I'm going to explain a little bit what we are doing, and then we are going to run three different exercises. But first, here, the most important thing, you should click here on the Dall E link so you can open up the website on your computer. So just click here. You're going to access Dall E, and we are going to set you an account in 2 minutes, okay? I posted on the chat.
Perfect.
So after you go to the website, you can just sign up, and it's super easy. If you use Google or Facebook, it's going to take you 2 minutes. And with a new brand, a new logging account, you're going to have 15 free credits to get you started. So this is the free credits that we are going to use to do our workshop today. For us to start, right? When you go to Dall E, you just have this clean page where you can just write it down your prompt. So let's talk about prompts, right? What is prompts and what should I write it here? So prompts are basically can be anything. You can use your full imagination, but they are 400 characters or less that describes the image that you want. Here we have some examples, and these examples made these kinds of images. So you can really see that we can do all different kinds of image from college to surrealist environments to crazy funny memes and really portraits or serious art, right? So we can do all different types of things. And one thing that I want you to keep in mind, and it is that prompts can be very long or very short. And we are here going to experience this with our exercise. So here you have an example, right? Here you have a really short prompt, but it's quite amazing. It's a 3D render and it's super, for me, I would like hang this on my wall. But you can see here that we can use emojis, for example, to make our prompt a little bit more fun or better. And on the other part, you see that we are having here a very long prompt. So really is up to you. You can detail even further or less. So for our first exercise, we are going to make it on a really short and simple prompt, okay? We want you to choose an animal in a sport and try to combine both. You have this pink space here to paste your image. So you go to Dall E, create your image, and copy and paste here. If you have any problems, you can ask us on the chat and we are going to help you with. But just really thinking an animal playing a sport, and it can be whatever you want, and bring it here. And just like this, our friend, bring your prompt as well so we can all see what you are creating. I am already seeing crazy good things that people are bringing. This is coming really nice. Really liking what you guys are generating here. We have 3 more minutes and then we are going to end this section. So if you didn't paste it, your image here, come come to our Fig Jam and post your arts. So we have here a question from Stefan. I heard that you need at least 15 credits to create a good picture. What are your opinions? So yes, you should like uh, it is a trial and error situation, right? When you first go and write your prompt, maybe you're going to have some image that you don't like that much, and you keep pushing, keep testing, and keep polishing what you're getting. But I really believe that with one prompt or two or three, you're going to get it right. You don't need to use all your credits for just this one exercise. Maybe if you are doing a campaign or a video just like the one that I did with Dall E, then you're going to uh oh my god, it's moving. I'm going to lock it again. Then you're maybe wanting to have more credits, but just for our exercise, you don't really need it. Okay, so we run it out of time. I'm seeing that you guys are still posting your image. It's getting really more colorful and interesting. We have really different types of image out there. Cats playing chess and rabbits playing basketball, a squirrel playing an instrument, all just different kinds. This one is amazing. The crocodile playing piano. It's a super interesting kind of illustration here. This one I think is a llama doing exercise, but I really don't know. Maybe an alpaca. A frog jumping on the sky. Amazing. This is a really good 3D something. Not really sure about, but if you guys didn't bring it your prompt, yeah, for sure you should, because we all want to see what you write it down to get this different image. A frog skydiving on a parachute. Yeah, this is amazing. Oh, I love this dog. Like it's the meme one, right? So really, really crazy fun this activity for us, guys. Okay, for our next lesson, I just want you to guys to know that If you detail your prompt a little bit more, you're going to have better results. Okay, so we are going to use more details for this next part. Okay, you can choose on those post-its are the things that you want to detail, but like just to have to get you some ideas. Okay, so emotional prompts, looks and vibes, you can add some lighting, descriptive, framing, camera angles, the types of lenses that you want to use, different illustration styles, art movements. If you are trying to make a sculpture or a 3D, you can describe the material, you can describe the places and spaces, the year and the decade of what you are trying to make. And really, here, what you have on your background is going to um, get your results more personally in an artistic way. So, for example, if you know about photography, you can add prompts about camera angles, composition techniques, photograph techniques, lens type, lighting techniques. So let me give you an example, okay? If I was going to make the first exercise, let me go to my Dall E here.
Also, you may just want to ask people to come back into Teams because I know people are still getting really excited posting things.
Yes,
And
yes.
it can be quite distracting. And I think this is such an important section to really see the differences. And yeah, if people can just come back into Teams, it'll be great.
Yes. So guys, I'm sharing my screen. If you want to go back to Teams, I'm going to show you how I would do this, okay? So llama playing basketball, okay? If I try to generate this image of a llama playing basketball, we would have these kinds of results. Just 1 minute for my daily to think about it. So here you can see that the results that I'm getting, they are kind of uh, kindergarten ones, right? Maybe a kid draw that. So if you are trying to make your results a little bit more polished and better, you need to work on your prompt. So maybe for me to have a more realistic result here, I would add realistic llama playing basketball on my prompt. And this would make some results like this one. So now you can see that I am a little bit leveling a little bit up my results, but they are not quite right yet. You can see that the llama is more realistic because it's not a draw anymore. It's more like a picture of a llama, but the background is still white and I'm not having so much professional results. For me to have something really better, I need to add those things that we were talking about. So maybe a camera angle, lighting techniques, and to polish up a little bit what I am saying to the tool, because Dall E doesn't think for me. I need to think for him and he just executes, right? So right now you can see that if I write it down, film still of a llama dunking a basketball, low angle, extreme long shot, indoor, dramatic backlighting. So I say more details to him. He can make me better results. So right here you can see that we are already maybe closer to a studio photography. Maybe I can use this thing to show to the photographer what I want for him to capture, or for the 3D artist that is going to build a llama, right? Having a picture of a real llama would be really more difficult. But you can see that if I want more details, or if I want, for example, my llama using a jersey, Dall E doesn't know that because I don't say to him. So I need to add this on my prompts. And maybe if I add it, Dall E can make me those images. My llama really playing basketball using a jersey, low angle, long shot, indoor, dramatic backlight, high details. So this would be and I'm going to save and post on our FigJam my version of a llama playing basketball. So for our next exercise, we are going to make detailed prompts. Okay, I'm going to give you all the same scene. So it is a cat on the top of the Eiffel Tower. So you all going to do the same scene, but you are going to add something that makes it special. And it comes from what you know about art movements, photography techniques, camera angles, what you can imagine about emotional prompts. If it is a dramatic scene, if it is a fun scene, if it is super lighting and sunny, or is a gold hour. Really imagine and vision what you want. Type it down on Dall E, a cat on the top of the Eiffel Tower, but give more details to it. So here is for you to try to make a really more detailed and long prompt. Okay, I'm going to give you the same 5 minutes for this exercise as well. Start building and bringing your image here so we all can see the crazy arts that your guys doing. Okay, time is out. And here we can really, really see super crazy good things that you guys built. Like these pink ones, it's super interested because the person that did it asked for Monet style. So here you can really see how Dali tried to make Monet brush kinds of style, really. And here you can see another one that I wish the person bring it the prompt for us to see, but it's a really, really beautiful shot of a cat seeing the Eiffel Tower far away. Another really good one here in a more artistic um, art brush. Guys, if you didn't bring your prompts, so the quotes that you use it, please bring here so we can understand what you tried to make and what was the instructions that you give Dali to help you out. So yeah, all these crazy different types of arts. And what I want you guys to see here is that with the same scene, all of you made uh, all of those really different, right? We have here photographies, artistic movements that are really different. We have different camera angles, and it really resonates with what you tried to make. Like this one here, super artistic. Uh, if you watch my screen here, you're going to see these three ones. City in space, astronaut cat on top of the Eiffel Tower taking pictures on Earth, pop art. So it really makes it all colorful and really crazy, surrealist, quite amazing. Um, So we are heading up for our end because we are running out of time. But really, the goal here is for you to understand that the person behind the tool, the human, matter, right? Because we are using our background, all the things that we know from history to art to camera directions to make the tool work for us. And I'm going to pass uh, for Giovanna to end our little Figma section with the last activity, and we are going to open up for questions.
I wanted to create a space for us where we could reflect upon technology and generative AIs. So for a third activity, you can fill the blank. AI should be with your thoughts. So just put a post-it here on the activity and feel free to write. You can do it anonymously, or you can sign your name, or you can ask a question. Let's maybe Marina, let's do it at the same time because we only have 5 minutes left. So feel free to speak up.
Thanks. What about using ChatGPT for writing a better script for DALI? Can you do that?
Yes, yes, you can do this for sure. I'm already doing it. When you go to the ChatGPT 3, maybe ask for him to like uh, say to him, you are a professional AI um, art director, and you're going to help me to guide Zali to have the best results ever. So give me 10 prompts about a cat in the top of the Eiffel Tower. They are going to make me the most amazing high quality image ever. Like ask something like this and explain to him that he is the um profession that is helping and maybe doing a consultant for you, and he's for sure going to help.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe they are speaking the same language, so that's why I was thinking about ChatGPT.
Yes.
So I
And
think we'll get even better in time.
yes, and you can even like if you have an image that is on the internet, you can ask ChatGPT 3 or ChatGPT 4 to describe the image. So from there, you're really receiving good prompts, right? If you like, oh, describe Mona Lisa for me, he will make you really, really good words and prompts that you can use to describe other images similar to that one.
Yeah, thank you very much. But in my opinion, Stable Diffusion it's much more better than DALI. It
Yeah,
gets much better quality, in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe you're searching for different
yeah.
things.
I like Midjourney as well because they are having like V5, V6, and they are improving a lot. But here with Dall E, we have a lot of policies, and they forbidden like deep fake. You cannot use, for example, famous persons to make your art. So all this fake news that we are seeing with like Donald Trump being arrested on New York, for example, these are fake images that were built using his face, right? And it was with other tools, Dali would not support that. So here we have better tools that do more, but although we have to be aware that they have problem as well.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Florian.
So my question is, Marina, so this generates using the prompts and whatever the description we give. How about the file size of the image going to be? So for example, if I want to use those images on my websites or on apps, so how those file size is going to be? And because depending, take it for the website, want the websites to load on within a fraction of a second, right? So if these images are going to be file sizes more, then it might not suit the exact purpose, right? So what do you feel about the file size which comes as the output in DALI, Marina?
Yeah, so this is a big concern when we are trying to make it on production level. That's why
Mhm.
I am most of the times using to make creative concepts, and from the concept, I make the real art itself.
Mhm.
But if you want to use the Lee, we can expand the universe of the image. So with the Lee, you make 124 pixels squares, so you can make a lot of them to expand and have like the Mona Lisa universe expanded, for example. So you can save one by one and have the composite in a bigger scale, or you can use just to have the concept, right? And then you
Mhm.
can build the other one with your own tools on Photoshop or in the other ways. Another thing that you can do is to take the image from Dall E that is not a super high quality one and go through another AI that makes your image better resolution, right? So it's not right yet. We are trying to understand how this crazy world is going to navigate, but for now we have some issues, right, for sure.
Yes, thanks, Marina.
Thank you, guys. So getting back to our fig jam, let's see here what you guys posted, and we are ending for sure our section with this next exercise. Imagine what AI should be. AI should be the best tool for creatives,
Yeah.
better at generating hands for sure. Actually, there are other tools that are not only there, they are advertising themselves as better in generating hands. So the one that makes this right is going to for sure be on the front of the others. A wild frontier. The future will be different than we can possibly imagine now, and we should be careful to use it responsibly. Developers should build AI with safety in mind. Yeah, I think this resonates with everything that we are trying to think about here. I will let Giovanna end up her thoughts with this exercise, but just giving the things that I wanted to share with you guys is that we are in control of what we are building because the tool needs the human, right? We need to put there what we want for the tool to make for us. So really empowering the users for us to choose how we are going what we want AI to be in the future because it's going to be here. It's coming to stay, but we can define the relationship that we want with it. So that's all about my part. And Giovanni, if you want to say your last thoughts.
So I really like this answer here in the exercise. AI should be the future of creative production with humans behind it all. Because I believe it's like Marina said, we are still in control. Sometimes when we talk about AIs and the future of technology, especially when we are reflecting about social implications and dilemmas, we can feel a bit disempowered. And today I wanted to bring you guys a message of empowerment, of optimism. And even though technology and AI has its problems and they are really serious, we can still make the better of it. You know, we can still use it to further our careers and have fun and use it for positive things and choose the tools we are going to endorse. So that's it. I had a lot of fun. I am really happy to be here with you today and to have talked about all these issues. Marina, do you want to say goodbye to everyone?
Yes, I want to say just one thing and then I pass to Vanda because she has in her hand. But just showing here
Okay.
my screen, I'm super happy. Like, look at this. We built amazing art products here. Thank you all for participating. We have more than 100 people here on the FigJam file. So really happy to share this moment with you guys. And we keep in touch. Thank you so much.
And thank you so much to you two for putting such an amazing presentation together. It's amazing to see 380 people we had on the call. I think that was the max I've got so far. So thank you so much. It's been a really good fun workshop. And I think we touched on so many important topics as well.
Thank you guys and see you guys soon. Bye bye.
Bye bye.